Dear participants, I would like to welcome you all to the fourth session of the first Afyonkarahisar Gastronomy Workshop. In this session, example applications from the worldwide UNESCO Creative Cities of Gastronomy will be presented by Emanuele Bola, Counselor for Creative City of Gastronomy from Alba City, Italy. Maria Helena de Senna Hernandez, Focal Point and Director of Macao Government Tourism Office from Macao City, China. Giuseppe Biagini, Focal Point from Bergamo City, Italy. Christina Hedin, from Focal Point from Östersund, Sweden. And the moderator of the session is Ihsan Tolga Korucu, Sector Expert and Deputy Assistant Secretary General of UNESCO National Commission of Turkey. I would like to introduce you, Ihsan Tolga Korucu, to moderate the session. Your word, dear Korucu.
Thank you so much. Greetings, everyone. Welcome all to this session of gastronomy cities in the world and good practices examples. Let me start by introducing myself. This is Tolga Korucu. As said, I work as the Assistant Secretary General of the Turkish National Commission for UNESCO. I am both in charge of external affairs and the Creative Cities program here. I must say that I am very honored to be invited to moderate this session, which I believe will be a fruitful gathering here. I would also like to congratulate the representatives of Afyonkarahisar to organize this event and take this initiative in terms of getting into contact with other creative cities from all around the world, and including the ones from Turkey as well. What we do at the National Commission is that municipalities in Turkey get in touch with us in every 2 years to apply for the UNESCO Creative Cities networks, and following about 3 or 4 months of mutual working together, we send their applications to UNESCO, and then they become, if successful enough, the creative cities of Turkey. And Afyonkarahisar was also selected as one of the gastronomy cities of the world last year. We are working closely together since last year for the recent days. Within this week, we had a meeting with the creative cities and learning cities of Turkey, and then we also at that meeting heard a lot about the Afyonkarahisar's works around the Creative Cities program. Today, when I check the program of this session, I see there are representatives from the cities of Alba from Italy, Bergamo from Italy, Östersund from Sweden, and there will be, due to the time difference, there will be an offline participation of the Macao, city of Macao. And then I know that there will be that the representatives of the city of Rasht from Iran said that they were going to participate at this meeting, but I'm not sure if there are anyone right now online at this meeting. If there are any, I would like you to inform myself and say that you are here. If not, we are going to start by giving the word to the cities. What I would like to do is that I would like to give the floor to each cities in an alphabetical order. So I'm going to start with the city of Alba from Italy. As I'm informed, you're going to have 15 minutes of speeches, and then we are going to, after Alba, we are going to continue with Bergamo, then Östersund, and then we are going to watch the video of Macao sent by Maria Helena de Senna Fernandez. So without any ado, let's start with giving the floor to Emanuele Bola, the City Councillor for Creative Cities of Gastronomy of the city of Alba, Italy. So there you go, Emanuele.
Thank you very much for this invitation. The city of Alba is very proud of being here with you, and it's a good chance to present the city of Alba to all of you, and to try to share some good practices for the future that maybe could be useful to all the cities of the network. If I'm allowed, I would like to share with you a video of the city. It's just a couple of minutes video so that you can see what Alba is, what Alba really is. So I'm just gonna try to share with you the video.
You can share, Mr. Bobo.
Just a second. Can you see the video?
Not yet.
Can you?
Not yet.
No.
No, yeah, we can.
Okay, no problem. You can find it on our YouTube channel. Just look for City of Alba and then you scroll down and you see it. I don't want to have you waste your time. Introduce the city. The city is placed in the north of Italy, in between hills. The hills are known as Langhe and Monferrato, and they are World Heritage Program site. So it's a very charming location. And we are worldwide known for our truffles and our wines. One of the best and most important event of our city and of our region, the Piemonte region, is the Wild Truffle Fair, which is an international fair. And this year is the 90th edition. So we held it even though we are going through pandemic, as all of you. And we had the 3 weekends live in presence, and then we switched to online mode. Otherwise, more than that, we also have a very important wine festival, which is usually held during the spring. This year, obviously, we canceled it, and hopefully we will be able to launch it the next year, because we are trying to program the next year, starting from approximately May and June, because we hope that for those months we will be ready to have events again. In the gastronomy sector, we go from the wines, as I said. We both have red wines and white wines. We have truffle, and more than that, we also have cheese and hazelnuts. This is a very complete portfolio of food offer, and we think it's well based in our culture and in our history, because it's all traditional food. More than that, we also have many Michelin star restaurants here that represent well how the gastronomy here is research and innovation as well. We have 13 Michelin restaurants in our area, and 2 of those are more than 1 Michelin star. We have Enrico Crippa, 3 Michelin star, and Mamoliti, 2 Michelin stars. So we have a pretty complete offer of restaurants. We go from traditions to, as I said, the Michelin star, which are more innovative and creative, let's say. Also, Alba is worldwide known for the Nutella and the Ferrero industry. A couple of days ago, we with Maria Franca Ferrero, we launched the Christmas events in town. Madam Maria Franca Ferrero, which is the wife of Michele Ferrero, worldwide known for being a great industrial, still lives from industry. Ferrero, as I said, to agriculture, to family business. Our businesses in gastronomy are pretty much based on family business, so they are mostly small business and, as I said, family run businesses. We hope that in the future you will be able to come to Alba and visit our town. you are all well invited to come, and hopefully we will have you here soon. Maybe in a few years we will be able to hold a big event, a big meeting in Alba. I hope you are all well, all your cities are well, all your families, all your friends, and let's hope that this pandemic ends soon and that we will be able to see each other in person. Thank you very much for the invitation, and I also bring the greetings and gratitude of the Mayor Carlo Bo. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Emanuele, for all the things you shared with us. Around the theme of gastronomy, it is quite well to hear what you have done in the city and what you're going to do as well. And thank you also for the invitation to Alba. We would also love to come there and see what's been going on there in physically too. Then we can continue with the other city from Italy, Bergamo. The focal point, Giuseppe Biagini, is here. I see him. We are going to give the floor to him and hear about what Bergamo has been doing as a creative city too. There you go.
Good morning, good evening, everybody. Unfortunately, I'm not in Bergamo. I'm in Tucson, Arizona, in the United States, because I cannot travel now, and I'm here since March. Anyway, may I share the screen? Am I allowed to?
You can, Mr. Biagini.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So here is. What I want to talk to you about is a little bit of the city of Bergamo. First of all, thank you for inviting the city and for the kind invitation to present what we are doing in Bergamo, and to participate to this important event for a new member, as we are into the Creative Cities Network of Gastronomy. So my outline here is going to be a presentation of the city and the cheese valleys that are at the basis of the nomination to the city. A project idea that was described into our candidature project. What are the main uses and benefits for the users of this project? Now we plan to make it available to the city of Bergamo people and also to other members of the Creative Cities Network. And some outputs, some activities where we are, and of course an invitation for you to join this project. So Bergamo is very much involved with the UNESCO programs. There is a UNESCO chair there dedicated to human rights and ethics. There is a World Heritage connected, and actually a multi-site World Heritage connected to Venetian works of defense that are all the walls around the cities. And then in 2019, we became Creative Cities of Gastronomy together with our cheese valleys. Bergamo is a relatively small city with 120,000 inhabitants, and is divided in two sections. One is the old city in the top of the mountains that surround the lower part of the Bergamo Bassa, which is more industrial and more office oriented. Bergamo is also the head of the province of Bergamo, which is approximately 1.1 million people living there. The reason why Bergamo decided to apply to become a Creative Cities Gastronomy is because there is, for thousands of years, there is a continuous work around sustainable practices on using the natural resources of the area, in particular agriculture and livestock, in a way that has been unique. We call it the collective intelligence of that community that has really been unique in producing cheeses. And today Bergamo has the highest concentration in Europe of DOP, denomination of origins protected cheeses, 9, and some 7 are even called, they call themselves princeps of the Arabic cheese, Arabian mountain cheeses, because they are really particularly artisanal and special. The project that we want to describe very briefly here is essentially a way of offering to the artisan cheesemakers of the area, which are many and are in very difficult area to reach up in the mountains, in valleys that are not very well connected to the main markets, and no-cost marketing strategy and some ideas, some resources to increase their presence and awareness of what they make, what are their products, and offer them a cross-promotion in activities in their own market, but also in new markets in which they might not be very well known. And in particular, the novelty of the project is that we start from the bottom up. So we analyze the value chain of the cheese making process, and we start from herders all the way to chefs. And how we do this? This is by, we achieve this by interviewing all the members of the value chain, herders, farmers, breeders, all the way up to the, I would say, even the consumer, and let them talk about what are their interpretation of the cheese, what are their perception of the work done by each and every member of the value chain. And by so doing, also we collect the creative process of what we call the knowledge keeper of the area, and make sure that we document that for future generation to use and share. Of course, we cannot be missing the need for creating experiential itineraries to directly meet this knowledge keeper. As I was saying, this is a very interactive process that goes from making sure that what we call knowledge seekers, which are volunteers, experts, students, other cheese makers, start interviewing other members of their community and make sure that each and every one of them is had the opportunity to talk about what they do, where they do it, and how they do it. And everything is stored into a digital hub, which is available to all the participants to put information in, and all the interest party to extract information from, so that we can build stories, little books, web applications, and so forth. And we can reach through e-commerce or other way of promotion, directed visitors, buyers, wholesalers, and retailers. As I was saying, we have a particular focus on the value chain. So we start from the animals, who they are, how they are bred, how they graze around the mountains, and the people that attend to them, and the process of making the cheese. And also we look into the different sustainable elements within this chain, the consumption of energy versus the energy produced by that activity. And we identify all the value steps so that we can figure out what is the cost of making that cheese in terms of energy, in terms of sustainability, both reaching local markets, restaurants, food retailers, and at the end consumers. As I was said, there is a digital library that concentrates on that information. The information can be retrieved by QR codes that link directly to website specifically produced for each and every participant to the project. Everyone can obtain a dedicated booklet for whatever is their activity, and then the itineraries. And compared to other events that we create, to other projects that we create, in this case, we have two formats of events. One is virtual, one is physical, and then we will produce some marketing reports. Here is some example of the platform in action with some documentation about an artisanal cheese maker. And each document that we retrieve, whether with the video, pictures, interviews, vocal registrations, and things like that, can be retrieved by QR code and reach directly the knowledge keeper. Here are some other examples of outputs of the project. As I said, each participant will have a dedicated booklet which describes what he's doing and where he's doing it. The outputs are also great importance to the promotion of what the knowledge keeper does. Business cards with a particular QR code to link directly to the website where everything is described about the work of the knowledge keeper. For tabletop signs for farmers markets, so there is a direct connection between who sells it and who produces and who buys it. In restaurants, you can have menu items that describes the whole value chain of that particular food, in this case cheese, that is eaten in that menu recipe. Then we are organizing cheese meetings in which we try to support directly the cheese makers into rewarding them with a particular recognition about their work and sustaining them in their activity. In the COVID time, we have been planning events in which everybody becomes his own director, video director. And so we have virtual events on Facebook, on social media, in which by giving them a step-by-step process, each cheesemaker shows how he makes his product and he gives suggestions on how best to eat it. The geotag itinerary, again, are very important to have a direct link between the makers and the visitors. Connected to the websites that each and every member will have, we'll try to give back some information about who is coming to the website, who will linger around on their information, and try also to give them some feedback about other activities going on into the community so that they can perceive how to best tune their offer or prepare for some new activities. Where we are in this project right now, we have completed a book which is available in PDF format. If somebody wants to have it, I'm more than happy to send it to them. We have one cultural itinerary to visit all the members, one member of the 9 DOP cheeses in the area. And for each of them, there is a dedicated booklet. What we now we are starting phase 2, which is essentially an open invitation to all the artisanal cheesemakers of Bergamo for sure, and all the creative cities that want to join us in this project to participate and share the stories of their artisanal cheesemakers in this space. We plan to have an annual publication in which we create a directory and all the stories about artisanal cheesemaking around the world, so that we can talk about that into the annual meetings. Another phase where we are starting now is to integrate this project into the tourism website of the city of Bergamo and merge all this information into the destination management system that the city has, so that we can inform people where to go with particular attention to of course, the creative assets of the city, which is the cheese. We want to communicate more and more details about what they can do on top of the traditional informational tourist office, not focused only on the UNESCO nomination. And in particular, we want to allow the cheese makers that participate in our project to do transaction on a very much visited platform, which is the tourist platform for the city, so that they can buy directly. The cheesemaker will be very visible, and also they don't have to create their own shop to make sure that they can sell online their cheese. And another sets of challenges that we are developing right now, we are trying to address right now, is to develop a certification program for the members of the cheesemaking tradition in Bergamo, and so that we identify a methodology to make sure that they correspond to the priority of the city, of the creative city of Bergamo and the SDGs. We want to make sure that everybody into the area is locally aware of the City of Bergamo nomination, and everyone can figure out a way of relating themselves to the nomination itself, so nobody is left out of any benefit for this project. And also the third thing is to make sure that we can create educational programs, possibly even online, so that the collective intelligence gathered over thousands of years can be made available to other members of the community. So here are my contacts and the city, the representative of the mayor contacts. And please join the project, and for sure come to visit us whenever it's possible to travel around. Thank you.
Grazie, Giuseppe. Thank you so much. This was a very informative, very comprehensive presentation, as I believe. And I believe I'm not speaking only for myself, but all the participants have been quite informed about what you have been doing as a creative city of gastronomy. I must say that I really enjoyed the artisanal cheese, the idea of this project. It is quite enjoyable in terms of seeing what kind of chains you provide, what kind of timelines and processes you're providing and working on. I think they have put a lot of good practices for other cities within the network. But as you are not in Bergamo right now, this may be something we may talk about after all these presentations, because of the pandemic, you may not be able to move right now. You may not be able to communicate. So sometimes you have to work and put your works online or digitally. So this might be a topic that we can talk about in terms of the digitalization of all of these projects. And I also need to say that all these images you provided, it made me a bit hungry in terms of cheese. So after this presentation, I believe I'm going to look for a cheese plate. And maybe this is only speaking for myself, but they were quite attractive, let's say, and they were looking quite delicious. And it is also great to see that you were only designated as a gastronomy city last year. So seeing all that work done, it's quite impressive. And I know that Alba was also designated back in 2017. But now I'm going to give the floor to Christina Hedin from Östersund. But I know that they were designated as a gastronomy city back in 2010. So they have a full 10-year experience within this network. So I believe they are going to, Christina will be sharing us a lot of information, a lot of experiences. So I'm happy to give the floor to Christina. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'm very happy to be part of this digital meeting. And I understand you have had a full day with the intense meetings with a lot of presentations, and I'm happy that you could still do this even in this pandemic times, even though of course I'd love to be with you in your city. It looks like a very nice city. So I'm glad to be a part, even though I would be even happier to see your city later on. So I will show some pictures from Östersund, and just like you said, it has been in the network since 2010, and I've been part of the UNESCO work since 2015, not as a professional, but I've been part in different roles. So I've been part of the annual meetings and some of the projects, and as a speaker in some of the seminars, and also been working at the National Center for Artisan Food in the region, and I'm also a politician. So where is Östersund? So if you start your car in Afyonkarahisar and travel 45 hours north, I will be happy to greet you here. And the city is more looks like the picture you see now with the snow, and not like my background because the winter is coming. And in the below, that's where I live, in the island in the lake. And my pictures today will show a little bit of our activities, but also what we have done in the network. And we have the National Center for Artisan Food in the region. And that is a center where you can learn how to make this kind of cheeses that Giuseppe was talking about. And not the kind of wines that they have in Alba. We're not really good in wines in Sweden. We're a little bit too cold. But I'm sure you can learn to make some of the kind of sausages you have in Turkey, or other kind of activities, other kind of products. So all kinds of fish and meat and cheese and berry products you can learn how to make, all in the handicraft version. And we have a large network of artisan food producers, so they are very important of the organization. And you can also compete in to make the best cheese or to make the best ham. So the picture from this championship was from 2019. Do you remember the time when you were allowed to meet and to greet and to celebrate together? That was the time from this picture. But we did have an event even this year. Of course, due to the restrictions, it had to be changed, but we still had the competition. So we still had people that was winning, but even though they couldn't celebrate at home, just like the Nobel Prizes, they had to celebrate at home and not together. In the region, I would say we have both traditions. This is some reindeers. I don't think it's the Santa Claus reindeers, it's some other reindeers. But we have the traditions with the animals, because we are so far much north from Turkey and Italy. You can grow so much more things. We can grow grass, and the reindeers can't even find grass. It's too far up north. So we have the traditions to make all kinds of meat and cheese products. But we also have the innovations. For example, we have that works even now in the pandemic. This is a Facebook market. So even though you can't visit all the farms, you can still pick up local food once a week in the city. So that has been a rescue key during this pandemic to the local producers. And I just want to say a few things about our part of the UCCN network. This is a picture from Krakow, the annual meeting. I can see Giuseppe in the corner there. And this was a meeting when we handed over the coordination to Parma, because Östersund was coordinating the network for 2 years. And that was very interesting, and it gave us a lot of possibility for networking, because this network is full of possibilities. So Östersund has really gained a lot of being part of this network. And in the network, and when you're meeting people, you never know what will happen. So we were part of Erasmus project. And it was together with Bergen, Parma, Denia, and Gaziantep. So these pictures are from when the delegation from Gaziantep visited Östersund and my home. So the pictures there are from my home when we're cooking together. And we also happened to meet the Princess of Sweden that was in the region at that time. So you never know what is happening when you meet people. And during this pandemic, that's one of the things I really miss, to meet people in because you never know what is happening. And these are some of the chefs that have been away and to meeting other chefs and also producers. So in the picture to the far right, it's two bakers, one from Östersund and one from Gaziantep. They didn't really talk the same language, but they were talking this language of bread making. So they find themselves talking anyhow. And during 2016, Östersund had the annual meeting of all the creative cities in the whole network. That was a very big event for us. And even though back then we didn't have the same amount of cities, but still we had more than 100 cities in the network. So a lot of people came and visited Östersund, and it was a lot of fun to show them the city, to show them the food, and to have a science conference at the same time, and to have a business conference at the same time, and also culture events for the people in the town. And what we are really looking forward to now is the initiative from Parma. That's the master degree education, and Östersund is taking part of that as well. And we really think that this will be a great opportunity for our university to be part of that. And I hope it will be a success. So we really see that this network are working with the key issues and the key challenges we have in the world. Because we see that the challenges could be visualized in different ways. You can see them in the Sustainable Development Goals, but you can also see them in how we treat the nature and how we destroy the earth. Climate change and pesticides and destroying our food culture. So that is one of the reasons why we really need to work together to face these global challenges. And this is another way to show it. And when you have calculated the number of chickens, I would like to get the answer, because I didn't really manage to get all the chickens there. So we see in Östersund that the sustainable agriculture is a way to work with these global challenges. And then we need the different specialities from each of the cities. We don't need one burger in the world. We need all the kind of differences in each city, all our specialities. That is sustainable food. That is what we really need. So we are together creating the world. And thank you so much, Afyonkarahisar, and I really hope that we can make projects together in somehow, and I really hope we can meet someday. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Christina, for this great presentation. I must say that I really enjoy these presentations because it shows different perspectives, different approaches to the artisanal gastronomy, the perspective of doing things in an artisanal way. I know that Östersund was the Sweden's food capital back in 2011, and you are a gastronomy city. You have organized, you have hosted the annual meeting back in 2016. So, and it shows that you have been in this for quite a while now, and you are maybe at the top part of this program, and it is quite nice to hear all your experiences. And I really enjoyed that academic initiative in terms of the Food Design City Master Program. It is quite astonishing, I must say, because It both gathers around universities from different cities, different countries, and it gives you an academic platform to work on this design of the food cities. So I am quite actually looking forward to it, to see the output. So maybe this will be something we are going to support the universities in Turkey to work together or be a part of such programs. I also, when I was an exchange student back in 2015 at Rovaniemi, Finland, I had a chance to go around Sweden, and I remember that I have tasted several cheeses in Östersund as well. I'm not sure if they were region specific, but I had Dura and Himmelstraften. I'm not sure if there was the real names, but okay, great. I remember they were quite delicious, and I'm also looking forward to come there again after this pandemic. Then it allows us to come there and taste these, and I'm looking forward to go to Alba and Bergamo as well, not just there. Thank you so much again. After your and the other Italian cities presentations, there are some questions that might be coming from our participants, or maybe I might direct some questions too. But before that, I know that because of the time difference, Macao is not online here, but they have provided a video of their presentation here. So if it's possible, let's look at their video, and then I guess we will have some time to have a session of questions and answers.
Good afternoon, everyone at Afyonkarahisar. This is Maria Helena de Sena Fernandez from the Macao Government Tourism Office, and also focal point for the UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy of Macao. First of all, a very big congratulations to Afyonkarahisar for joining us in the big family of the cities of gastronomy. And I'd like to share with you today what we have done in the past few years as a creative city of gastronomy. And also, we hope that you will be able to benefit from them. And maybe we can learn also from you later as to what you will be doing as, a city of gastronomy. So now let's go on with the presentation. Well, Macao has become a creative city of gastronomy in the year of 2017. And I would say that we are one of the also new cities. But during the last few years, we have learned that through inheritance, through innovation, and also through exchange, we can leverage gastronomy as a catalyst for cultural exchange and also carry on a very, very big dynamic brought by the diverse culture in harmony. And through this work of the City of Gastronomy, we have actually put together a 4-year work plan. This was given to UNESCO when we applied for our candidature as a creative city of gastronomy. And now we are into the 3rd year. Next year will be our year to submit our first monitoring report. So as you can see, we have in this 4-year work plan, we would like to inline with this initiative with the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development to promote economic growth, social inclusion, and environmental protection. As you can see, all the work in this 4-year work plan will be aligned with some of the goals of the 2030 Agenda. Well, in our Creative City of Gastronomy 4-year work plan, we have actually separated that into 6 different areas. First, management and supervision mechanism. Secondly, how to enhance and promotion as well as awareness of Creative City of Gastronomy. Thirdly, education and inheritance. And then fourthly, exchange and cooperation. Fifth, support of development of the local catering industry. And finally, of course, a cross-field collaboration in the creative industry. Well, let's go one by one into all these different areas. First of all, management and supervision mechanism. When we started our process of candidating ourselves as a creative city of gastronomy, we did at that point in time have a group of people whom we put together as a candidate committee. But after that, whilst we are designated, so we've actually changed this group of people to now the management and supervision mechanism. So we have the Macao City Creative City of Gastronomy work meeting every year. So just recently, we've held the third meeting, and then obviously for 2021 we are looking into a lot of different new initiatives as well. This supervision mechanism involves government departments, industry organizations. When I say industry organizations, it comes from the food and beverage industry, the hotel industry, as well as many other people, even in retail sector, who are somewhat related to the food industry. And then, of course, academic institutes. We do have a lot of exchange in terms of our different perspectives on how to advance Macao's development as a creative city of gastronomy. Secondly, very importantly, our second group of work involves around the enhancement of promotion and awareness. When we say promotion, we mean promotion outside of our city. And when we say awareness, it means within the city itself, to make sure that everybody inside the city also understands how important it is to be a creative city. Through this, in terms of promotion and awareness, we did a lot of roadshows, both in mainland China, which is, obviously where Macao belongs to, and then, but also all the different cities we try to work through, different networks. Then we also do overseas promotions, say, for example, in Australia, in the United States of America, and many other places. Then we also have a lot of promotional campaigns which are in collaboration with other organizations like digital media, like traditional media, as well as different corporations, airlines, etc. In terms of promotion and awareness, as you can see, we try to add the element of gastronomy in travel fairs, in conventions, as well as in tourism promotions. And we have one project in 2019 where we were very, very lucky to be able to collaborate with National Geographic to promote what we call the Great Green Food Journey, which promotes sustainability in our food and beverage industry. We did that through promotional videos, which talks about culture, talks about creativity, as well as sustainability. Besides that, we also try to make our city a more inclusive society. So we also involve seminars and workshops where we can understand better those people with disabilities and help them to also be able to utilize or be able to enjoy what we are as a city of gastronomy. And also, of course, with the Sustainable Gastronomy Day on 18th June, we have started to promote that as of 2018. And now every year we try to find different initiatives so that we can celebrate the day together with everybody inside the city. And in terms of enhancement of promotion and awareness, obviously we have a lot of electronic means which is ongoing. We have done, say for example, if you're aware of that cooking game, which we call Cooking Mama, this is a mobile game which you can download and play from your mobile phones or other platforms. Plus, we also have more seriously, on a more serious note, I must say, the gastronomy website as well as the gastronomy map, which we are able to make sure that we can deliver a lot of information to different kinds of peoples. In terms of education and inheritance, the third big area that we are engaged in, we have just recently launched what we call our Macanese cuisine database. Macanese cuisine is a cuisine which goes back like 400 years, and it combines things which originated from Portugal, and then when the Portuguese ships went through Africa, then through India, then through Malacca in Southeast Asia, and after that arrived in Macau, they actually brought along a lot of spices and a lot of cultural and gastronomy history, which, would put together in Macau, and then we were able to use it as a new kind of fusion cuisine, which we have enjoyed for 400 years. Now we're trying to preserve this kind of legacy, and through this Macanese cuisine database, we're able to really make sure that this can continue on into the future. And then we also have a theme webpage as well as the theme corner of this database, which were launched together on the 24th of November this year. Inside this Macanese database, which we also invite everybody, all our brothers and sisters in terms of the Creative Cities Network, to go and have a look at that, because we have like 297 different recipes which you can use and maybe also inspire some kind of creativity on your end. We also have, videos as well as other things that will enhance the Macanese cuisine database. In the future, we're looking at how to cook all these recipes, and hopefully the next time some of you come to Macau for our events, we're able to serve you all these very, very special delicacies. In terms of the fourth area of our work in exchange and cooperation, we do a lot of participation in activities that are organized by different members of the Creative Cities Network. We were in Italy, in Turkey, and then in Italy again. A lot of activities in Italy. But I would say that this year, unfortunately, we're not able to see you in person. So all we can do is, like today, see you all online. Well, of course, besides going to different places around the network, we also go and reach out into the Creative Cities Network within our own country, China. So we were in Shenzhen, in Beijing, and also in Wuhan, in different areas through online and offline means. And then obviously we were in Australia last year as well to participate in the first Asia Pacific Creative Cities Conference. And also we do participate in activities organized by the UCCN. We were there physically in Italy before, and then this year our Secretary for Social Affairs and Culture can only participate online in the Beijing Summit. And hopefully very, very soon we're able to see you all in person. These are also lately, during the years 2018 to 2020, what we have been doing in terms of supporting other cities within China to join the Creative Cities Network. We were helping out in terms of Huai'an as well as Weifang, although they did not, successfully candidate, but I feel that they are still very, very interested to continue their relation with the Creative Cities Network. And of course, we have two memorandums signed before, one with for the history of food culture-based relations on the Silk Road, which was initiated by Gaziantep, and then another memorandum initiated by the creative city of Shunde, which is about using Shunde as a platform for promotion of the creative cities of gastronomy. Well, obviously, this has been done in 2018 and 2019, our own International Gastronomy Forum. We've done 3 editions so far. However, we would like to definitely see you all, if not next year, maybe the year after. Now we're really looking at hopefully next year, if we are lucky enough to be able to welcome you back. If not, we will be looking at other possible platforms to see you all in person. And of course, we do training programs for Portuguese-speaking countries, and these would be also possible other countries that would be able to have interest in joining the UCCN in the future. Well, in terms of our support for the development of local catering industry, we do bring in events that support the industry, like Asia's 50 Best Restaurants that was done in Macau in 2018 and also in 2019. We were supposed to do one event in 2020. However, I think this has to be put until a later time. But we do have the Black Pearl Restaurant Guide as well, which is a restaurant guide in China. And then there are training workshops, educational videos that we continue to do. And we hope that with the educational videos online, we can show you all we have to offer in Macau in terms of our gastronomy as well as our food and wine. In terms of cross-field cooperation, we have quite a few things that we have done before. We've used gastronomy and put the gastronomy as themes into our different activities, like our light festival as well as our parade. We've also used them in promotional materials and also in different kinds of spaces. And one very, very big, I would say a very, very big movement we have done is we actually painted our tourism mascot, which we call Mac, on the plane of our Air Macao, which is our flagship carrier. And now it flies wherever and whenever it flies, it will carry on the City of Gastronomy designation to tell the world that Macau is a city of gastronomy. So all in all, as far as I have to share, you can see that we're trying to, through inheritance, to foster our development of the catering industry, to enrich the content of our database, to strengthen the Macanese cuisine inheritance. Through exchange, we look forward to continuing to cooperate and participate in activities of all our cities of gastronomy network. And also we look forward to hosting and supporting international gastronomy events in Macau, plus finally innovation to help us to carry out cross-field cooperation and exchange with other creative cities. And I think that is all I would like to share with you today. Please feel free to join us and also to come to us. And I would look forward to seeing you all in Macau soon. Macau always welcomes all our cities of gastronomy friends. And I think that, it is through sharing that we can always, better ourselves and make sure that we make our places as sustainable as can be. Thank you very much.
飲茶。為什麼？
Okay, we should say thank you to Maria Helena de Sena Fernandez. This was a presentation as if she was here with us. It was quite broad perspective put towards the city of Macau. I know that they have been in this network since 2017. So within these 3 years, there's also background, but yet there are so many projects on enhancement of the promotion and awareness, and they all sound great as they serve for the mission of the network. I really enjoyed the idea of a gastronomy map because as we have seen in the presentation of Giuseppe, there is an understanding of 3P, people, places, and products. So having a map of these as a with the team of gastronomy, I believe it is a quite initiative to show people where to have what with which kind of products. Maybe our participants might be curious about the 4-year plans. When you are applying for the Creative Cities platform, you provide a plan for 4 years. And if you become a creative city, then after 4 years, you have to provide a monitoring report to UNESCO so they can examine and evaluate your works towards the networks. So that was the idea behind the plans of Macau for the 4 years. And this is also still valid for all the other cities as well. We have all our presenters having their presentations done. So if there are any questions now, you may either send it from the chat section of this application, or you may have your microphone open and ask them directly. I see a question sent from İknur Kazancı saying that she has a question to Emanuele Bola. She thanks you very much for your participation, and she asks that which country is the biggest hazelnut supplier for Ferrero? Your microphone is not open.
Obviously, for hazelnuts, for Nutella, the biggest supplier is Turkey. Even in terms of quality, because Ferrero is not just about quantity, but it's about quality as well. So we're very happy to say that we can buy and we can get very good quality hazelnuts from Turkey. And just to share a good practice, the city of Alba is trying very hard to make new sister cities in Turkey as well. So this might be a good way to collaborate even on the City of Gastronomy network. Just try to find and to help each other in this sector, and maybe involving Ferrero as well if they might.
Okay, thank you, Emanuele.
Thank you.
Are there any questions from our participants directed to the cities? Well, maybe I might ask that, since the start of the pandemic, the cities of the UNESCO Creative Cities Network have been working mostly on digital terms, let's say. And do you find that all of these cities from Italy, cities from Sweden, did you find yourself ready and available to answer to this pandemic as quick as possible in terms of providing your works and activities by putting them online or digitalizing them, or providing your services to the people, the citizens of your countries, or the international audience from all around the world? If you have, if you would like to answer, you can just open your microphones and give your ideas. I see Christina.
Yes, thank you for the question. The pandemic has struck very much around the world, and of course here as well in Sweden. And well, I don't think anyone was ready for it, and definitely not Sweden and Östersund either. Our countries next to us, Finland and Norway and Denmark, they all blame us and don't want to meet us at all, because we are the black sheep that brings the debt to the other countries, they say. So, but I would say that we are much like the other cities in Europe. We are very well affected, just like the others. But we didn't have that very strict lockdowns in the beginning. So people have still been able to go out and go to the restaurants, even though, of course, it's strict, and of course it is in different way. So I would say that the areas that are most affected are the culture and the tourism industry. The local producers are doing okay, I would say. They can still sell their products, and in the summer definitely they could still sell. And so some of the industries will still be able to sell. So for now, it is the Christmas that is important for the local producers. They cannot sell like they used to be, but they can still sell. So the local producer, I think they will survive. So some of the activities you can do online, but a lot of things you cannot eat online. You cannot eat the computer. So some of the things you still have to do. And I hope that in Afyonkarahisar you are quite okay and didn't suffer too much in this pandemic.
Can I also intervene here? Is that okay? Having one of the last few remarks about the workshop, this session especially, this is the last session of our workshop. So until now you have made a lot of presentation, especially the creative cities, but of course you are wondering about Afyonkarahisar. Actually, we were planning to put a session of presentation to this session. However, we put this session to previous one with the Hatay and Gaziantep in a national language. For your question toward the pandemic situation in Afyon, it is also very strict here because the numbers are still increasing here. Hopefully that we will get rid of this virus as soon as possible. There are some restrictions, and most of the events are already cancelled. So far, so that we are trying to conduct our projects over the internet with online ways. However, we have already done some of the projects physically. For example, we have created gastronomy packages and sent those gastronomy packages to the city governors, the mayors, and parliament members in Turkey. And if you write your address to me over the internet, I can also try to send it to you. So that you can see some of the delicious food of Afyonkarahisar, because right now we are having some of the packages that I have already separated for those of you who have participated here, so that I will be really happy to send them through send them through as soon as I can, if you send me your addresses. You know that in Afyonkarahisar is famous with its traditional bread, which is a very, very traditional one. Dates back to more than 500 years. And we also have a traditional sausage. It's also, here is also the capital of the thermal tourism in Turkey. Probably you have heard about this, but for those of you who haven't heard about this important how to say distinction, that you have to check it out. That we have a lot of great thermal hotels, 5-star hotels here. Maybe you want to also visit us, and we will try to host you here in the following months, not the year, months. I want to count it as a month because I believe that the pandemic will be over in the next 6 months. Also, we have a very famous other products like the Turkish delights. You know that the Afyonkarahisar is also the capital city of Turkish delight production in Turkey, along with the Turkish sausage. So there are some other important products also exist, like the cherry is also famous here, and also some other products also exist, like this plant, you know, which is used in the medicine, the opium, is also very famous. The name of Afyon is also originated from this name, opium. Also in this gastronomy package, you have some of these. Actually, until now, the products that I counted are also included in this package, so that you will hopefully have them in a few weeks' time. Also for Alba City's invitation for common projects, we were also looking forward to having some international projects together. We are already conducting some national level projects, and also currently we are also already having a project with the British Embassy in Turkey, and with this project we have a food waste project. So we try to minimize the food waste in our city. So this in this project, our partner city is a Sheffield municipality in England, and we will be also looking forward to having a good contact with you, and having we are very open for further projects, further international projects regarding with gastronomy area. I would also like to thank to all participants, also our moderator. I would like to really thank for your kind confirmation and participation and moderating here. So I would like to give the voice to the moderator to finish the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Fatih Bey. It's been my pleasure to moderate this event. I also thank you so much for your invitation. And I need to say to these representatives of these creative cities, you should definitely send your addresses to Mr. Fatih Bey, because you wouldn't want to miss that packages that include a lot of great, delicious stuff. Before
you are also sorry. You can also send your address, because I haven't sent it to you, Mr. Tolga, so that I will also send it to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. I was worried that I was not going to get one, but thank you so much. Before closing the session, I saw that Emanuela Bola was also wanting to take the floor. If you still want to give an answer to that question, I will be happy to take it. But if you're okay, if you don't want to take the floor, we can close the session. It's up to you, Emanuela.
I just wanted to say, maybe it could be useful to the other cities, that we are thinking, considering the data on the tourist flows we just had in the past few days. We are really thinking about investing in outdoor tourism, because the month of August, it's the only month that we had the same numbers as 2019. So we're thinking about using a picnic system to help the restaurants in outdoor tourism, and maybe people could go to the restaurant, get a picnic box and bring it outdoors. So maybe this could be a good suggestion to you all, just, you know, in order to share good practices. I think that this is a good one. So
thank you. Grazie, Emanuele. This was a great contribution as well. Before closing, I have sent you a link from the chat session. This is the publication of UNESCO with the title of UNESCO's Creative Cities Response to COVID-19. So you might see also the other practices of the creative cities by giving their response to the coronavirus. So this might be also a useful publication for you. I would like to thank you all so much to Giuseppe, Cristina, Emanuela, Fatih, and all the other participants who are listening, asking their questions, and being a part of this session. It's been a great honor for me to both moderate and get in touch with you, having this dialogue with all of you in terms of the creative cities. I hope all of these collaboration, all of these organizations are going to continue, both in online and as we hope in face-to-face as well. We hope to see you in another meeting. Bye-bye.
The session is over here, but the workshop is going to continue tomorrow. So first of all, thank you very much, Mr. Korucu, for your moderation, and thanks all the participants for the participation and the contribution. Tomorrow, with the Turkey time at 10 a.m., we will start with the effect of gastronomy festivals on brand value. So we would like to see you there as well. It's going to be in Turkish language, but I would like to say to the Turkish people here who is participating, we would like to see you there tomorrow as well. So I wish you a good evening. So thank you very much as well.